We're going to come back and hit you with some tariff updates because news is breaking. The first one I know of is Trump has just said, effective immediately, the tariffs on China move from 104%. Larry, I think he's trying to make you happy, up to 125%. So let's talk about that. Do we have the other? Okay, we got another one, too. I'm just going to keep giving them to you.
Yeah, here's the whole...
And... Dagan, I'm going to turn over to you.
No, you go, because this is even bigger news.
He's authorized a 90-day pause on tariffs that applies to reciprocal and the 10% tariff, a 90-day pause effective immediately. Look at the straight shoot-up line on your screen. Yes. Markets desperate for this news, and they got it.
For all countries?
I have authorized a 90-day pause and a substantially lowered reciprocal tariff during this period of 10%. Also effective immediately. You want me to read it, Larry?
Yes, please.
So 125% tariff on China because we crush you. How about that? Those were my words.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm getting down to no monetary. These countries.
5.5%.
Is the pause for all countries?
At my suggestion, it just says I have authorized a 90-day pause and a substantially lowered reciprocal tariff during this period of 10%.
Right.
Effective immediately.
These, as I said, these tariffs, by the way, are unsustainable anyway. So this is a reality check, but it's very, very good. How's the market must be doing?
It's on a tear. Yeah, so the Dow is up 3.5%. The NASDAQ is up 4.9%. The S&P 500 is up 4%. The Russell 2000 is up 3.6%. The NASDAQ 100, 5.3%. VIX falls to 40. Traders pare back all of their bets on Fed rate cuts.
It's the 90-day pause.
On 70, the other, based on the fact that more than 75 countries have called, the trade rep, commerce, treasury, and to negotiate a solution to the subjects being discussed relative to all the trade and trade barriers, non-tariff. These countries have not, at my strong suggestion, retaliated in any way, shape, or form against the United States to those 75 countries.
Oh, fabulous.
That's the way it sounds. I have authorized a 90-day pause.
He's giving them a 90-day pause.
So, that's the way it reads.
And then he just ratcheted up China, so you got to imagine China's not on that list.
Right.
So
this is so good because 70 countries coming in, you're going to make deals, but it's going to take time, resources, okay? So he's pausing the whole process in order to make a deal. This is so good. And he's lowering these reciprocal tariff charges, which were way too high to begin with because they were based on trade deficits and made no sense whatsoever. So this is like a home run. This is, if I may, this is common sense Donald Trump.
And the market.
Common sense businessman Donald Trump.
The market rallied on this rumor, mistakenly reported on Monday, the same way it's rallying now. But on Sunday night, traders were telling me that that's what the market wanted. This was. You couldn't have given them a bigger gift.
This is phenomenal. This is phenomenal.
Larry.
This is off the charts good. This is the most brilliant thing.
Are you ready for an electrifying twist in the stock market world, involving none other than Nvidia's stunning H20 chip and the high-stakes game with China? Get ready to dive into the latest buzz that has the industry buzzing with excitement. Brace yourself for an exclusive peek into the realm of Nvidia and the unexpected developments surrounding this market giant. Welcome back, everyone, to Investocracy.
As we wait to get our other reporters ready and find out exactly what's going on here. And just to rewind for the past couple of minutes, we came in this hour with the Dow up 200 or 300 points. We had a 10-year bond auction that everyone was nervous about after there appeared to be a bond buying strike in global markets overnight that pushed the 10-year yield up to almost 4.5%. That auction went well. That was the initial spike higher in the Dow, up about 500 points. We saw the 10-year fall to below 440, which is where it remains. That then saw markets continuing back to where they were pre-market. And just in the last couple of moments, the Dow has gone from up about 300 points to up 1,500 points, with very little explanation as to what's caused this sudden move, other than the canceled meeting Emily just told us about, with Bessent now being pulled in by the president to the White House. A couple of headlines from Trump on the wires about China tariffs. Megan Casella is in our D.C. bureau. Megan, maybe you can enlighten us with more.
Kelly, we are just sifting through everything that we're seeing in this Truth Social post, but two major developments. I'm going to go first that the president says he is authorizing a 90-day pause and substantially lowering the reciprocal tariff during this period of 10% effective immediately. There's some fuzzy language here. The upshot is that there's a 90-day pause in the reciprocal tariff. What I'm not clear on is whether we go to zero during that time or to back where we were, or if the 10% tariff remains in place. Either way, a major step forward. The president says that this is because more than 75 countries have called representatives of the United States. Negotiations are ongoing, and so he's instituting this 90-day pause in the meantime. On the other hand, some negative news on China, saying that based on the lack of respect that China has shown to the world's markets, he's raising the tariff on China to 125%. That's, of course, up from the 104% that took effect just at midnight, now going even higher to 125% because he does not like the way China has been retaliating rather than coming to the United States and wanting to negotiate. So two major step forwards here. One, obviously, very good for the markets. You're seeing the markets react to that. The other one on China, looking like, they don't like the lack of respect that they see. So we are looking at a world in which things continue to get worse with China, one of our largest trading partners, but of course not the largest, but getting much better with everybody else, at least temporarily, while these negotiations, Kelly, are ongoing.
In the realm of stock market folklore, a joke floated around the trading floor. Why did the stock market break up with Nvidia's latest chips? Because they couldn't handle the H20. But jokes aside, the real news is far more intriguing. This week, the Trump administration made a surprising move by pausing the strict restrictions on Nvidia's H20 chip sales to Chinese companies. But before going on with the video, are you into cryptocurrency? If so, check out our second channel, Investocracy Crypto. We bring you breaking news, expert analysis, and the latest trends in the fast-moving world of digital assets. Whether you're a seasoned crypto investor or just curious about the future of finance, we've got something for you. Click the link in the description to subscribe to Investocracy Crypto now. Don't miss out and stay ahead of the game. Now, let's get back to the video.
Okay, so in a very simple nutshell, Megan, thank you. The president has just announced a 90-day pause, capital letters pause, and a substantially lowered reciprocal tariff during this period of 10% effective immediately. Now, this is a long run-on sentence in the Truth Social post, so let's try to unpack it. He starts by saying, based on the lack of respect, China has shown I'm raising the tariff there to 125% effective immediately. Mark doesn't really care about that part. He says at some point they'll realize ripping off the USA is not sustainable. Then he says, conversely, and based on the fact that more than 75 countries have called representatives to discuss trade barriers, tariff, and so forth, and that these countries have not, at my strong suggestion, retaliated in any way, shape, or form, I have authorized a 90-day pause and a substantially lowered reciprocal tariff during this period of 10%, also effective immediately. Wow. This is a shocking turn of events here at about 1:25 Eastern time. The president, again, posting on Truth Social that for those trading partners who have not done reciprocal tariffs or retaliated in any way, he has authorized a 90-day pause and a substantially lowered reciprocal tariff during this period of 10%, also effective immediately. The Dow is up 2,100 points right now. The NASDAQ is up 7.8%. The S&P is up 6.3%. That 10-year auction is a distant memory at this point. In fact, 10-year yields remain a little bit lower, down around and under 4.4%.
It's not every day that we witness such high-stakes maneuvers on the stock market chessboard. Nvidia, known for its cutting-edge technology, finds itself at the center of this strategic tug-of-war. The implications of this decision ripple through the industry, leaving investors and analysts on the edge of their seats, eagerly anticipating the next move in this gripping saga. But before going any further, if you made it this far into the video, thank you. These videos take a lot of effort and time to make, so if you enjoyed them, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. This goes a long way in helping us grow. That said, back to the video.
Also effective immediately, after he led this post by saying effective immediately, he was raising the tariff on China, which has retaliated to 125%, but clearly risk assets and others are seizing more on the 90-day pause for everyone else ex-China.
Guess he read Bill Ackman's tweet.
Yeah. This is exactly what he suggested.
Based on the lack of respect, kind of interesting. We've got a red headline now on the terminal. This is all happening before our eyes here on Balance of Power, which is something that we're getting used to these days. 90-day tariff pause on non-retaliating countries. Remembering Scott Bessent warned them not to retaliate, suggesting their behavior might be rewarded. And here we are today, just hours after retaliatory tariffs went into effect.
We're now up nearly 7 percentage points on the NASDAQ 100 as a result of this. Just goes to show you how eagerly markets were waiting for anything they perceive as positive news on tariffs.
True.
Clearly, this pause being read that way.
And answers the question that this market could, in fact, rally after being so technically broken.
As the dust settles on this monumental shift, one question lingers in the minds of every keen observer. Is now the time to invest in Nvidia stock? With the recent surge fueled by these developments, the forecast looks promising for this tech giant. The current state of Nvidia's trajectory, coupled with the strategic decisions at play, paints a compelling picture for potential investors. But what do you think? Share your thoughts down below. Finally, if you would like to know what companies like Nvidia have been up to these past few days, go ahead and click on the next video on your screen. See you there.